Okay, so week two training recap. First full week with the new program here. I'm gonna get to training in a second, but just thought I'd talk about the week a little bit here. So it was a good week at work. Pretty busy. Had to switch shifts a couple days, but that didn't affect training too much. I did have a 2 days in a row here where I got pretty bad sleep. I was able to get through it. I was able to get training done. I definitely felt the effects of it, but I kind of just over caffeinated for those workouts. And I was able to get sleep the rest of the week there. So as strange as it is to say, part of it was every time I planned to work out in the morning, like I'm gonna wake up real early, go work out, I was just like too anxious or too excited. I wasn't necessarily nervous, and I would just toss and turn all night, and would have to kind of keep pushing the alarm back. So kind of just committed to training in the middle of the day still here, and was able to sleep like a baby for the rest of the week. So kind of strange, but not that big of a deal, I suppose. So food went well. Eating is getting better. It's getting easier to get this much food. Still having a little trouble lowering the fat content. I'm up in the 120s, with a bad day or two in there at the 130s. I need to be around 110, so get a little better at that. Little less dairy, I think, in the diet will help. And then I'm doing a better job at protein, staying around the high 230s. Was able to get into the 260s once it looks like. It was pretty hard. I don't want to add a third protein shake, so part of it, most of it, is getting more protein in the mornings, especially my first two meals, and that should help out immensely. Other than that, the stress is really low, desire to train is really high, and recovering pretty consistently here, which is nice. My best friend is coming to visit Friday, so I'm kind of condensing the next week, this week of training. I'm going to go Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So one less day to recover, so definitely need to sleep like I have been, and keep up on the protein intake to make sure I recover, because the intensities are definitely a little higher than this week here. So on to training. Day one, 2 singles on squat at 85%, 345. It moved really, really well, almost effortlessly. I put them at a 6 RPE, but it's kind of hard for me to rate singles, as I haven't done them a lot recently. But I really, really liked the reps. Very confident, very fluid. And then after that, 4 sets of 7 at 295. These were brutal. Felt strong. Form felt great. Just cardio was a struggle. Most of it was just breathing with the rack position. And I put that the last 2 sets were death. So legs felt good, form felt good. Cardio just needs to come up a little bit there. So bench press afterwards, 4 sets of 6 to 7 at 215. I went 7, 7, 6, 6 as far as reps go. And I was definitely feeling the fatigue from squats. Part of it is I'm kind of rushing right after squats into the bench press, warming up and getting started, because the amount of time I have is a little limited. So I think resting a little longer, maybe eating a protein shake in there, will help a little bit. I probably should have kept them all at sets of 6. The RPE was a little high on the second set of 7. That's why I went to 6. So next week or tomorrow, I will aim for 4 sets of 6, I think. The lockout and hold afterwards was no problem. Incline chest press felt good. Lat pull downs felt good. I think I need to keep my shoulders depressed a little bit more, slightly elevating a little bit. Didn't really notice till I looked back at the video. Day 2. Day 2 felt great. My low back was a little sore still from squats, but the deadlifts were relatively light. I did use straps on this day, and other than my back feeling a little fatigued and just having to be diligent of my form, felt pretty easy. Leg press afterwards, I kept it a little moderate, made sure I stayed fluid, no hip pain at all, so that was nice. I'll be able to progress pretty steadily here with that exercise. Chest press afterwards, chest supported row afterwards, shoulder press, not too much to note on either of those. And then I did glute ham raise sit-ups, I guess you can call them. Glute ham developer sit-ups, one of those two. 3 sets of 13 just at body weight, and those were probably the hardest part of the whole day. The last set I put at like an 8.5, maybe even a 9. But that'll get better over time. And then on to day 3. So squats again, always very excited to squat. Very busy work day, so I had to motivate a lot for that set of squats or sets of squats. I put here in the notes, I felt really strong, much better rack position, so I felt more confident just having that amount of weight on my back, and I put my legs felt really good. And kind of what I mean by that is like I stay in my legs throughout the movement. I don't let my back take over at any point. In the past, not in any recent history, my hips used to kick back really bad, and I'd let my back do all the work. So for me, a good set of squats, I can feel it in my legs throughout the whole thing. And so all 3 sets felt really good, really strong. I really liked that day. Bench press afterwards, 5 triples at 220. Second week doing this, and last week and this week noticed the same trend where the first working set feels really heavy, and then by the 4th or 5th set the weight is kind of just flying. Again, that's kind of, I think, short rest times between squats and bench, and just generally being fatigued from squats. So nothing to worry about there. Like I said, I think I'll add the protein shake in between those, because I actually did the protein shake in the middle of the workout for the first time on Saturday, and it felt great. So back to Friday though. After bench press, I had pull-ups. I was able to do 6, 6, and then 5, as opposed to 5, 5, and 5, so feeling stronger. Overall, just felt more stable with the movement in general, so looking forward to keep progressing with that. And then tricep push-downs, nothing to note. Most of the time with that type of assistance work, I just try to stay pain-free in the elbow and forearm, and was able to do so. And then day 4, so that was yesterday, Saturday. I'm able to take my time this day. So started with 4 triples on deadlift at 84%, 380, which is pretty heavy for me. I think my best right now is 405 for a triple. So rep work at 380 was kind of uncharted territory. Felt good. First set I hated. I didn't like my first set at all. I usually don't let any type of form deviation in the deadlift, and I kind of noticed on my third rep, my first set, just a little bit bad positioning. And I did that set with straps, so I got rid of the straps. In the last 3 sets I did hook grip, and they felt much better. Form felt better also, so I don't experience any more pain when I do hook grip. Alright, so I ran out of storage on my iPad, so I had to cut this into 2 videos. Apologies. What I was saying is I don't experience any pain when I hook grip, and I kind of like my positioning a little better, so I might get rid of straps. I might keep straps on the high rep deadlift day, but I might just keep hook gripping on the second deadlift day. So after deadlifts, each set definitely got harder, but better form-wise. Slower, but better reps, and I'm okay with that. RPE was a little high on the last set, up 8.5, maybe even a 9. So that's okay though. I like heavy deadlifts. So bench press, I was able to get a protein shake and a Gatorade throughout this day and take my time in between after deadlifts and bench press, so felt a lot stronger benching after another movement. So I had a heavy triple at 250. It felt great. It stayed tight throughout the whole movement. Third rep kind of slowed down a bit towards the top, so maybe stronger triceps, if that correlates. And then afterwards, 4 triples at 235. I put here I had a really solid bar path. I felt really confident with those. I really liked all 4 sets. After that, walking lunges, stayed pain-free. I was able to go up 22 pounds to 106, and that felt more appropriate as far as weight. Seated rows, and then hammer curls to finish the day and the week. I've been using elbow sleeves a little bit less, and my forearm is actually, it feels better relative than last week and even the week before, even with more training stimulus. So whatever we're doing is working great. I'll keep up on the recovery. Really excited about last week of training. I was able to hit every set, every rep, every exercise. So I'm really looking forward to next week. A heavy single to start the week, always exciting, and then some cardio squats. So thanks for sending everything. I'm looking forward to next week, and we'll talk soon.